Hi guys, so I'm in Onomichi, and for those who know, Onomichi is well known for its cats. For some of its cherry blossom, actually, there's quite a lot of those around, but also it's one of the two entry points of the Shimanami Kaido, which is probably the most famous cycling road in Japan. And that's what I'm gonna try to do. Not today, but in 2 or 3 days. This road, for those who don't know, is 70 kilometers long, and it goes from Onomichi to Imabari. Onomichi is in the Honshu island, and Imabari is in Shikoku Island, so one of the two main islands in Japan. And this road goes through basically 6, 7 small islands, and that's what I'm gonna try to do to reach out to the other side. And I'm gonna try to show you there the very good bicycle that I have to do that. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to sleep on one of the island almost mid-course, and then we'll see if I made it on the other side. 75 kilometers isn't that long. I mean, many people are doing it easily in less than a day. A lot of good cyclists are doing the round trip for training in a few hours. To me, it was both a big challenge but also a leisure trip. I stopped all the time to admire the view, take pictures, and enjoy the moment. There's a big reason why it's considered one of the most beautiful cycling roads in the world. You are mostly going to go along the little mountains and the seas, so enjoy the journey. Alright, so I made it to the first bridge. So I did the first island, and this bridge is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna show you. All right, so you can see that the upper deck is for car, and the lower deck is for bicycle, pedestrian, scooter. Yeah, and see, the view is not too bad. Going up there was like 1 kilometer is going up. It's like a 3% yield, which is not too much basically, but it kind of killed my legs, truly. But yeah. I did the Shimanami Kaido in April 2020 when the cherry blossom went full display, and I really recommend to go at that time. Before you'll probably suffer from the cold, and in summer I can't even imagine how to do it in the blistering heat. Alright, so I'm on the second island, and I did something that I don't think a lot of people are doing when they're cycling. There's this mountain, I don't know how it's called, but basically at the top of the mountain there's some kind of temple, and mostly it has a lot of Buddha statues. I'm gonna show you some images after that. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to arrive here, but I followed uh, the road that cars are taking, and it's 15% um, climbing. It's so let me tell you, I didn't ride on my bike. I just pushed my bike, and I'm exhausted. It took me forever. The place is beautiful, especially right now because you got all the cherry blossom. But I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see tonight if it was worth it, because I still have a lot of kilometers to go, and my legs are uh, hurting so badly. Especially when you're arriving at the parking, so the car parking, then you still have like 200, 300 steps to go on. It's well, like it's not very far from the flower center, and I think a lot of people are stopping there. It's just way up to the flower center. I think we can stop at the flower center and just climb by just walking. I think it's pretty steep, but at least you wouldn't have your bike to carry with you. I don't know, I couldn't find any other road, so I wasn't sure. But once I arrived at the top, I could see other roads with natural stairs, so I think it's possible to go the other way, but not with the bike. But don't take the bike. It was awful. It was terrible. So yeah, it's Mount Shila. Wait, I'm trying to read over there. Shirataki. Yeah. And I mean, the view is amazing. You got this amazing view of a few of the island, and it's really up high. And obviously, it's really pretty, but going there, yeah. I mean, now I think it's gonna be almost noon, I think, and I'm still on the second island. 4 to go. If you wish to go to Mount Shirataki, don't do it like me. Do not take the road made for the cars. Go to the flower center a bit further down the road, drop your bike and hike. The view is incredible, and all the cherry blossom with the 500 Buddha statues made a very good view. So I'm on the third island, and I just went to one of the road station to change my bike because it was just not braking. I couldn't stop anymore with it, and it was making this kind of weird noise and everything. It was terrible. But then I realized that all the bikes basically they presented me, actually they don't work when we use the rear brake, so we have to use the front one. But I don't know how it is in your country, but in France you learn that you don't use your front one, especially when it's very downhill, because then that's the when you do this kind of this. So I have a new bike that doesn't really stop either, but doesn't make any noise now, so it's good. And now I'm in I guess it's the main attraction when you're doing this road is it's a temple again, but it's probably one of the most beautiful temples I've ever seen. And between Korea and Japan, I've seen a lot of temples. There's a lot of marble around here, and I can't wait to just look around everything. It's 2:30, so I have quite a lot of time to visit, because I'm not that far from my accommodation for tonight, so that's good. But this place is, I'm gonna show you some images. It's pretty good. Kosenji is probably the biggest attraction of all the islands that you'll go through. I recommend spending at least an hour there. This is not an ancient temple. It was founded in 1936 by a rich businessman, and the construction took more than 30 years. Many of the buildings are modeled after some of Japan's most famous temples, so it might not look unique, but it does bring the best of what Japan has to offer. Some will appreciate the beauty, while others might think it's a bit too much. .6 degrees inside, where it was a pleasant 19 degrees outside. You'll have to brave the cold to discover the cave inside the temple. Lined with artifacts said to represent the idea of hell in the Buddhist faith, hundreds of statues, and a little waterfall. I urge you not to miss it. This unique lookout is called Height of Eternal Hope for the Future. It's made entirely of imported Italian marble, and it's a very bizarre yet very aesthetic area. 16 years were needed for the sculptor Ito Kuetani to create this immaculate white garden. And yeah, I do think it's a nutcracker on the top. The wind and the sun were my biggest enemies. From the last hour of the first day and during the full second day, I had to go against strong winds. Well, I didn't expect the sun to burn my skin so quickly. The hostel was really nice, made for cyclists, extremely clean, comfy, and with a lot of space. Also, there's a family mart in front of it, so you can eat on the beach. It's the beginning of day 2, and as you can see, the wind is strong. It was already strong yesterday afternoon during the third island, and well, everyone says that it's easier to do the road from Imabari to Onomichi because mostly you're gonna have the wind pushing you. Whereas in my case, I have always the wind against me. So I loved the third island. I thought it was really beautiful, but it was a struggle. And basically, I had the choice of sleeping at the end of the third island and have this really amazing sunset view, or going to the beginning of the fourth, so doing the bridge yesterday night, and not having the sunset. But yeah, the just the thought of starting the day with a bridge, it was just too much. The sunset was not worth it. So I did the bridge, stay on the beginning of the fourth island. I mean, the view, waking up, I just had breakfast, just here. So that's not too bad. That's alright. I'm not that disappointed of not seeing the sunset, but it's yeah. And the bridge was it was tough with the wind and everything. So I hope that the wind will lessen during the day, because basically I'm literally at the middle. So it's 75 kilometers. I did 37. So I have literally the same amount of cycling today than I had yesterday, which is not a comforting thought. I mean, my legs right now okay. My neck is a bit sore, but yeah. But the huge issue is the pain in my private parts. Let's say, yeah. This one, I seriously don't know if I'm gonna make it to my body, because just the thought of just sitting on the bike, it kind of makes me want to cry, basically. But yeah, so let's hit it and see how far I can go. So this is the bridge for the fifth island. I just went a little further before taking it to be able to see this thing. I don't know if you see the current. This is a natural phenomenon, and I don't know if you can see because there's a lot of tree, but it's just in this area. If you look around there, there's just no current almost. I mean, like, but here you can see it looks like a tiny vortex. So there it is, the last bridge. Not the least, definitely. It's 6.4 kilometers, so it's a huge. I mean, you can't see the other side. It does feel like the Golden Bridge. I mean, that's what it makes me think about. So one big push to go up. Then yeah, 6.4 kilometers. I hope the wind is not too bad, because the last two bridges it was really tough due to the wind. And then on the other side it's Imabari. So 2-3 kilometers after that and I'll be done. I was super lucky a few minutes ago. I was looking at the map and I saw there was this viewpoint, but it was like 3 kilometers of very tough climbing stuff. You can't even see it. It was behind that little mountain, and well, anyway, one guy stopped with his car and he was like, "Do you want to see the viewpoint?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I can't do it with the bike." He was like, "Yeah, no, you can't do it with the bike. Just leave the bike here and I'll drive you." And it drove me. We spent like, I don't know, 20 minutes over there. The view was absolutely insane. So thankful because yeah, I mean, yeah, the people have been really nice over these past few days. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna start cycling again. See you on the other side. Last one. I made it. As you can see here. Welcome to Imabari. There you go. Oh my god, 75 kilometers. I mean, in 2 days, sure, but I'm so glad it's over. uh, I don't have much energy left in my thighs, and I'm sore in a lot of places you don't want to be sore. But I'm really proud that I managed to do that because I'm cycling maybe 5 times a year, so it's really not something like experienced at. I mean, I know how to use a bicycle, but yeah, I'm gonna pay for it in the next few days for sure. But it's been a really great experience. It really helped me focus just on the road and just finishing that instead of just being anxious about the virus, mostly. My future in Japan or in France, and yeah, just give back my bike, and I'm gonna checking in my hostel, and I think because I've still tomorrow off, so I think I'm just gonna take the ferry back to the island I just did, and just enjoy just going back to Onomichi by boat, I think. Obviously, you can also go back just taking the highway bus, which is obviously the quicker way to do that. I could even do it actually right now and go back to Onomichi, but I already pay for my guest house here, and it's 5, so I'm just gonna see if there's something great to see in Imabari and start early tomorrow. Yeah, it's done. I can't. Wow. I left. I'm a bit disappointed about one thing is that basically on the road you're just following the blue line, so there's just no way that you're gonna lose yourself on that trip. And then almost every kilometers you have like, well, for me Imabari, like 75 kilometers, 50 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and it stopped at 3, and I couldn't see Imabari 0, like, for example. I mean, you got all these flags when you arrived in town, so it's cute. You can even take a little flag for you saying that you did it. But yeah, I wanted to take a picture of like Imabari 1 kilometer or 0. It would have been fun, but it's alright. It's been a really good experience. The view is amazing. So if you feel like you can manage physically of doing it, then definitely that's something that I recommend. So Shimanami Kaido, check it out. I was surprised to have enough energy to go see the castle once I arrived in Imabari. I had the place by myself during sunset, and that was a perfect ending to the day. Going back to Onomichi by speedboat and bus was really quick and easy, but way less beautiful and satisfying. I do recommend to stay a few hours in Onomichi, especially if it's cherry blossom season. Whole the area around Senkoji Temple and the park is absolutely gorgeous. I really hope you like this little journey, and see you soon.